Startup Jamaica, how it's transforming ideas into business opportunities. Plus, this young man tells of his dream to make it big in the agricultural sector. And children and fire personnel tell of the importance of fire safety awareness. Those and other important information, including the news, make our lineup for today. Hello, I'm Adrian Atkinson. Keep watching.
The Ebola virus is transmitted through direct contact with an infected person's blood or other bodily fluids like saliva, urine, stool, and semen. Symptoms of Ebola include sudden fever, intense weakness, muscle pain, headache, and sore throat. This may be followed by vomiting, diarrhea, and rash, and in some cases both internal and external bleeding, leading to death. Protect yourself. Avoid travel to Ebola-affected countries. Avoid contact with infected persons. Don't touch the body of someone who has died from Ebola. Wash hands frequently with soap and water and use an alcohol-based hand sanitizer. To know more, call 1-888-663-5683.
Good day, I'm Andrea Chisholm and this is your JIS News for Thursday, October 30. Jamaica will be getting assistance from Cuba in the control of vector-borne diseases, particularly chikungunya and dengue. That's in addition to previously announced help with the country's Ebola prevention and response strategy. Health Minister Dr. Fenton Ferguson says the Cuban government has agreed to share its best practice response to vector control.
An expert will also come to assist Jamaica in improving these areas.
Officials at the Sangster International Airport have been given 2 handheld thermal sensors as part of government's Ebola preparedness activities. Health Minister Dr. Fenton Ferguson gave the machines to port health staff on Wednesday to help detect travelers with a fever, which is one of the symptoms of Ebola. They will complement a walk-through thermal sensing unit that's been bought with funds donated last week by Sagicor. And even as government steps up its prevention activities at ports of entry, the work also continues to set up isolation areas in key health facilities. On Wednesday, Minister Ferguson toured a temporary isolation unit at the Cornwall Regional Hospital. He asserted there that only the major hospitals, such as Cornwall Regional and Kingston Public, would undertake the treatment of any suspected Ebola cases in Jamaica. Isolation facilities at the other health facilities will only be used for holding purposes. In the meantime, the World Health Organization WHO is urging members of the public to keep themselves informed about the Ebola outbreak and international developments. PAHO and WHO Disease Prevention and Control Advisor Dr. Kamson Mung insists that when persons are equipped with the right information, it eliminates panic. He says this knowledge will allow persons to act responsibly when signs or symptoms are observed.
And once you see someone with that, to really send that someone to a health center for 2 reasons. One is the earlier an Ebola case is treated, the higher the rates for survival, but also equally important to the community and the country is to control the spread of infection, which can be done only at institutions.
Dr. Mung was among a panel of guests speaking on a special 1-hour presentation on Ebola and chikungunya, What You Need to Know. The program, which was aired last evening on mainstream media, is an initiative of the Ministry of Information and the Office of the Prime Minister. Education Minister Reverend Ronald Thwaite is encouraging investment in the lucrative game design industry valued at $10 billion annually. He says this could serve as an ideal career for students who are seeking to pursue careers in the design of computer-based games.
There is fertile ground in Jamaica for the establishment of a game design and development subsector. There is money to be made and there is good service to education to be rendered.
The minister was addressing CARIMAC's first national conference on digital game design and development recently. And finally, children's advocate Diane Gordon Harrison is calling for a change to the misconceptions of sexual abuse that exist in sections of the society.
We need to get that message out there that it is not in fact okay And it is in fact a big deal, because psychologists will tell you that it is not just a little sex. It is not true that sex does not in fact cause long-lasting harm. Because if you look particularly at the developing brain of a teenager, it can seriously cause alterations to the neural pathways that will continue to influence how that teenager relates and has relationships long on into adulthood.
She is also reminding that it is a criminal offense to engage in sexual relationships with persons under 16 years old. The children's advocate was speaking at a special forum hosted by the United Nations office in Jamaica to mark International Day for the Girl Child observed on October 11. And that's it for JIS News today. I'm Andrea Chisholm. Thank you for watching.
We want a productive Jamaica. We are productive Jamaicans. Productivity to move forward on this land. Productivity, that's the way to go, we should understand. Productivity is the way to go for all us Jamaicans. Small business, big business, old and young, we are tell every woman and man. We want growth and prosperity for a better nation with a building plan. So we can build our product and sell our product and put more money in our hand. Our economy can rise to a level and build a better nation. Productivity to move forward on this land. Productivity, that's the way to go, we should understand. Productivity to move forward on this land. Productivity, that's the way to go, we should understand. Productivity.
Productivity, pathway to prosperity. A message brought to you by the Jamaica Productivity Center, a department of the Ministry of Labor and Social Security.
It began as a vision to enable tech-savvy youth to become entrepreneurs, and through partnerships, that vision is now a reality. Startup Jamaica, as the name suggests, is the beginning of great business opportunities for many of our young talented app developers and animators. Let's go inside and see for ourselves.
This is it. I'm very excited to see that Startup Jamaica is happening. It's here. This is the demonstration of the fact that this is not just a visionary statement or dream, but it's a reality.
The Ministry of Science, Technology, Energy and Mining continues to work on creating an environment that facilitates the growth of tech entrepreneurs. Through local and international partnerships, it has managed to engage young persons on various platforms such as Kingston, the Digital Jam series and animation workshops. And from the successes came the birth of a facility exclusively designed to turn their ideas into business reality.
Startup Jamaica is part of our project to ensure that we can take many talented young Jamaicans and expose them to mentorship, support, financing, so that they can move to the next level.
Applications were opened in July 2014 for the techies to apply for a space in the 5-day boot camp. From 217 entries, 60 were selected and the first batch participated from September 8 through to 12. Representatives from Oasis 500 out of Jordan took them through the intense training sessions. Here, their products or apps and business models were tested and refined to see if they have the marketability to fit in and survive in the global marketplace. From this batch, 10 teams or companies with the most viable business solution apps will be selected to go on to the 100-day accelerator program.
Now, the 10 companies that are selected to be in the accelerator will be provided with equity investment. Oasis is going to invest the equivalent of $30,000 US. And they will, in exchange for that, they will take a stake in the companies. Part of it represents cash, and the other represents the support, the guidance, the mentorship that they provide in the accelerator.
The accelerator program will begin in October or November 2014. Startup Jamaica will facilitate both the boot camp and the accelerator programs with rotation on a 6-month basis, turning out talented technology-savvy Jamaicans to take their place in the global marketplace.
It's a huge capital of talented, capable, creative young people who can be a force of transformation for the economy. And the digital world, the online virtual economy, the digital media could really be some of the means by which that talent and that raw talent can provide economic growth opportunities, foreign exchange opportunities, and jobs for Jamaica.
We caught up with 2 participants to hear of their expectations going into the boot camp and their strategies to be among the top 10.
My expectations, it is to be able to see people or meet people who could help us with our weaknesses, help point us in the right direction. And it seems as if the guys at the Oasis 500 are definitely the right people. They are even introducing us downstairs to markets that we weren't even thinking about getting into initially.
The strategy we hope to employ to move ahead to make it to the top 10 is to get traction with our product, present it as an attractive value proposition to our customers, and be able to predict a reasonable return on investment for the investors that we have here from Oman.
The state-of-the-art office for Startup Jamaica is located on the 6th and 7th floor of Jamaica National's Duke Street branch in Kingston and is outfitted with furniture and telecommunication services by line. This partnership supports government's strategic priority of human capital development, building on skills that will lead to business opportunities and job creation.
Really an investment in the development of Jamaica.
We've outfitted this 7th floor of the Jamaica National Building to provide entrepreneurs and technology entrepreneurs in particular with the space that they need to innovate and ideate and come up with new service-based and technology-based solutions for all sorts of problems that hopefully we're going to be able to export throughout the world.
The National Commercial Bank also put up $5 million towards the institutional strengthening of the 10 selected business ideas from the Accelerator program.
We've seen many of our SMEs come in with great ideas, but not having the institutional framework to sustain that. And so we are investing in programs like Startup Jamaica that help them to not only, share those ideas, but take them to the next level.
Startup Jamaica will be further supported through a $20 million contract with the World Bank, which includes funding for the training of 15,000 young persons in digital and animation at institutions such as the Hartrust NTA, the University of the West Indies, and the University Technology of Jamaica.
We have seen where there's been a global demand for outsourcing of animation content, and the only issue preventing further growth of Jamaican companies is the availability of skilled personnel. So we're going to be ramping up our training in animation.
The $30 million will also fund a science, technology and innovation program to be implemented by the Scientific Research Council. So from now until December, the first cohort of 10 tech businesses will experience the success of Startup Jamaica, followed by another 10 every 6 months. And this is just the start of greater development of new businesses from a sector of unlimited possibilities and prospects for Jamaica.
And I believe that Jamaicans are richly endowed to do very well, to continue to do very well. And as we are celebrating innovation, it is this era that we are looking to for tremendous performance as we continue to encourage our people to work towards growth and the creation of jobs.
One vision for Startup Jamaica is for it to be a tech entrepreneur incubator for the region, and so it will also accommodate persons from other Caribbean countries. For those who missed the chance at the first boot camp, application will open again in January or February of next year. Get ready!
Hi, I'm Shauna Helps, Women's Girls School National Junior Sprinter. By now, you should know about the Tablets in School pilot project, in which students and teachers in 38 schools across Jamaica are provided with tablet computers by the government. This message is for those students who will benefit. Remember that the main purpose of the tablets is for improving education. Be conscious of your environment. Don't show off by using it on the road, while walking, or on the bus. Wait until you are at home or in a safe place. And do not use it when you are eating or drinking. Food and liquid on your device will ruin your chance of enjoying the most from it. Students, if you take care of your tablet, it will take care of you.
Stop. Think before you burn. The dry season is on, so there's little to no rainfall and wind speeds increase around this time too. What if the fire you light gets out of control? Where would you get the water to out the flame? Why not try bagging up waste and putting it outside for collection? If you absolutely must burn, construct a fire break by clearing an area around the site to be burnt. Use water to wet the perimeter of the brush being burnt. Burn in small piles and be sure to burn one pile at a time. If no water is available, ensure you have some dirt to douse the fire. Remember, take stock of yourself and think before you burn.
The loss of property and lives to fire is something the Jamaica Fire Brigade wants to see become a thing of the past or reduced significantly. And so throughout the year, it continues to spread the message of fire safety awareness with a little more emphasis during the month of October. We caught up with a few firemen who stressed the importance of such information, and some little ones shared some preventative measures they learned.
If my clothes is on fire, I know what to do. I stop, drop, and roll.
Sharing the areas of fire safety is very important. What we want to do is to prevent fires, not extinguishing fires. The more we share the information, the more we sell it out there to the wider community, it is better for Jamaica on a whole. One life that is lost in a fire is one life too many. So therefore we are doing all our best to ensure that we sell the communities the fire safety practices.
We've been working with the Fire Brigade for a while in communities around the island, specifically in St. James, where since August we've been funding the training of community fire wardens. So we've paid about $500,000 so far towards that effort in 5 St. James communities, and also worked with them because, you know, we hear far too often about families and children being victims of fire, and they can be prevented in so many cases. So what we wanted to do was to try and engage the children, get their voices, get their ideas around key images, key messages that the Fire Brigade wants to spread.
If your clothes is on fire, you drop on road. If you're playing matches, it burn you. Gonna burn the house. Candle is a dangerous thing. It will burn you. If your house is on fire, you scream fire and run out of your house.
It is at this time that we engage the community and bring an awareness so that community can actually help themselves in reducing the occurrences of fire.
We did a poster competition with the Observers Learning Corner and Fundaciones El Centro, a partner of ours. There was a winner from St. James. We now are going to distribute them around the island with the help of the Fire Brigade, with the help of the Ministry of Health, the Ministry of Education, the CDA, the ECC, the Early Childhood Commission, the Library Service, to get it into as many outlets as possible. We have over 4,000 posters.
The fire department still stands on the philosophy that it's best to prevent fires than to quench fires. And that has been our mandate for many years.
Innovative Jamaicans between ages 12 to 25.
Submit your entries for the Climate Change Logo Competition, an initiative of the Ministry of Water, Land, Environment and Climate Change. Your work could be the new brand for the Ministry's Climate Change Division.
I challenge all the entrants to become change champions in response to climate change.
The competition will run until November 14, so start creating your logo now. For further information, contact the Ministry of Water, Land, Environment and Climate Change at 926-1590 or visit their website at www.mwlecc.com.
Congratulations are in order for our 9 outstanding Jamaicans who were awarded Musgrave Medals by the Institute of Jamaica on October 22. This is in recognition of their notable contributions in the areas of literature, science, music and art. Receiving gold medals were renowned author and playwright Anthony Winkler, researcher and medical doctor Professor Celia Christie Samuels, and art educator and former head of the School of Visual Arts at the Edna Manley College, Petrona Morrison. Silver Musgrave medals were also presented to researcher and lecturer Dr. Carl Aiken, music producer Donovan Germain, and jeweler and metalsmith Jasmine Thomas Gervin. Musgrave bronze medals were awarded to music producer Augustus Clark, physicist Dr. Tanisha Stevenson, and artist Philip Thomas. Here's what Ms. Morrison expressed on behalf of her fellow awardees.
We are most honored to be recipients of the 2014 Musgrave Awards and to thank the Council of the Institute of Jamaica for recognizing us with this prestigious award. I believe I speak for us all when I say that our work has not been pursued for honors or awards, but out of a commitment to perform to the best of our abilities in our chosen fields.
Did you know that the Musgrave Medals is one of the oldest medals of its kind in the Western Hemisphere, and that it was presented for the first time in 1897? Yes, it was introduced as a memorial to Sir Anthony Musgrave, who founded the Institute of Jamaica in 1879 during his tenure as Governor of Jamaica. A gold medal is awarded for distinguished eminence, silver for outstanding merit, and bronze for merit in the fields of literature, science, and art.
Chikungunya is a viral infection transmitted when an Aedes aegypti mosquito bites an infected person and then bites someone else. Symptoms include high fever, headache, joint pain, muscle pain, and rash. If you suspect that you've been infected, take paracetamol such as Panadol, Cetamol, and Tylenol. Infants, children under 5 years old, pregnant women, the elderly, persons with sickle cell, and chronic illnesses such as diabetes and cardiovascular disease are at risk for more severe symptoms and must see a doctor for proper evaluation and monitoring. Fortunately, most cases of CHIKV are mild, but if your symptoms worsen, you need to see a doctor. For more info, call 1-888-1-LOVE from 8:30 a.m. to 4:30 p.m. That number again, 1-888-663-5683.
Up next, Swain Sangster's dream of becoming a successful farmer.
My name is Swain Sangster. I attend Newell High School and I am from the parish of St. Elizabeth. When I get older, I have a lot of choices to make, but I would like to have a business in farming to help to feed the nation.
Attracting young people to farming is a target of the Agriculture Ministry as it seeks to deepen the pool of farmers and increase productivity. Through the Jamaica 4-H Club and the School Garden Program, young persons like Swain are honing the skills and cultivating the passion needed to become master farmers.
What I really like about being in the field, seeing how things grow and reaping it, and actually what I mostly like about being a farmer is eating what I grow.
That's exactly the direction in which the Ministry of Agriculture is positioning the country through its Eat What You Grow, Grow What You Eat campaign.
One of my favorite things to plant is corn because it looks kind of nice. It tastes better almost everything in I feel.
This budding farmer refuses to look at farming as a rejected occupation. Instead, he says,
being a farmer actually means you got food on the table for your family to eat. Every time somebody put a food to their mouth, you see a little smile and kind of like how you smile. Feel like you contribute to the smile they got on their face.
And so, in pursuit of a business in farming, Swain uses his grandfather's farm as the ideal training ground.
Some of the things I know about farming is how to plant corn, beans, when it is fit to pick up banana.
From his grandfather, he learns valuable lessons.
He's very punctual and he take care of ground. Don't really can't get in it.
For his part, husband Blair believes that Swain has all he needs to become a top farmer.
Yes, I see him like somebody who would be industrious in farming. I expect him to, I would say, more talented more than I do. For he is in a high school, and I know the tactics I had in my like a small farming, he had greater tactics in the school.
And while pursuing what he loves, boys will be boys.
Shawty, will you let me take you home?
Trouble, he give enough trouble, and sometimes he's very, very annoying. And he loves to laugh too.
That's because Swain loves to give jokes and play pranks on his schoolmates.
He's like a class clown. He would give people names and start calling them, and everyone would laugh.
Still, Swain is dedicated to his studies and, according to his friends, always willing to lend a helping hand.
Like if you don't have something, he'll give you like you don't have a pencil and he has one, he'll like break it into two and give me piece and he'll take piece.
And this generous side to Swain extends to his future plans.
My brother is also like farming, so I would like to create a business that they could also be co-owners with me.
It is Swain's dream to become a billionaire one day, and he believes that with hard work he will become one.
He do good in farming. Most of the times when he go off the farm, he does well. He always get good scores in agriculture.
Swain Sangster, passing on the message of growing what we eat and eating what we grow, fulfilling the Agriculture Ministry's mission of getting more young people involved in farming.
I hope you enjoyed our show today. Let us know what you thought of it by sending a comment to Jamaica Magazine at jis.gov.jm or via tweet at JISnews. Our website, jis.gov.jm, has more information you may want to check out, so log on today. Until tomorrow when we do it all over again, same time, same station, I'm Adrian Atkinson. Thanks for watching.
This has been a production of the Jamaica Information Service, the voice of Jamaica.